Hi guys, welcome back, and if you're new here, I'm Nessie. The next edition I'm making for the Gnome Home Library are some framed photos. I'll make more photos than I need so Mama will have plenty to choose from, and we can always add any extras in other rooms of the house. I shrunk down a bunch of family photos from my own collection and printed them out. Use whatever program you're familiar with on your phone or computer, but I like to use Microsoft Word, not sponsored. It's pretty easy to insert a photo into a blank document and resize it until it's teeny tiny. Cut out the pictures that you want to use. In full disclosure, much of the first part of this video is an example of how things don't always turn out right on the first try, but I hope you can learn from my mistakes and save yourself some wasted time and effort. These tiny metal picture frames are actually nail art accessories, and I'm going to use them for the smaller photos. Here I'm adding dots of superglue around the edges of the picture and gluing it directly to the frames. The larger pictures are too big for the nail art frames, so I glue them to scrap cardstock with tacky glue. Notice that I'm leaving a narrow border around the picture so I have something to glue the frame to. I'm going to use coffee stir sticks for the photo frames, and I start off with pre-painting them. I left the stir sticks to dry and added a drop or two of UV resin to the tiny nail art frames. UV resin usually self-levels, but if it doesn't, then just work a toothpick to encourage it into the corners and then set it aside to dry and cure in a sunny spot or under a UV light. Off camera, I'll add UV resin to the bigger photos too once I have them all framed. The bigger frames are simple enough. I just use my angle cutters to cut 45-degree angles and measure each piece up against the photo to get the right size. Remember to sand off any rough cut edges. Don't forget, a full list of all the materials used in this video is in the description below. And while you're at it, check out the link to my Nessie Monster merch, where you can buy the cute designs I've created on stickers, t-shirts, mugs, phone cases and more. I had no patience for wood glue drying time today, so I super glued the frame and the photo all together. Once I figured out which ends to glue together, that was. Luckily for me, it was a cold day, so the glue was a little slow to set, and I had time to figure this all out. Out of thick cardstock, I cut a number of tiny triangles out. Glue an edge of the triangle to the back of the photo so the photo frame can stand up on its own. When the glue is set, I painted the back of the photo and the stand part black, and you're about to see where I went wrong. The black seeped through the paper and I was left with dark photos with a white stripe down the middle from the stand part. The bigger photos, however, turned out great thanks to the cardstock backing, so let's make the smaller ones again. I went back into my original Word document with the photos and I decided to copy and paste the larger one of the kids. Next, I wanted a nice photo of the whole family, so I click on the Insert tab, then Pictures, and a menu will pop down on your screen that doesn't show up in the screen recording. I clicked on my computer as the location of the photo I wanted and followed that with which image. To get all the photos so they sit close together, after you resize them, right click on the image with the mouse and this menu pops up. Left click on Wrap Text and then left click on Tight. To resize the image, left click on it and then use your mouse to left click and hold on the corner and shrink the photo down by moving your mouse towards the diagonally opposite corner. I really hope this is making sense. Remember the larger photos of the kids? I'm right clicking on that photo again and this time left clicking on Crop. This allows me to crop the photos to make them individual photos of each child. Save the document when you're happy with it and then click on File and Print. If you're able to, make sure your print settings are at the highest possible quality. Although I think at this tiny size you can hardly see it, so it doesn't entirely matter. Or could that be just because I need new glasses? This time I glued all the photos onto scrap cardstock before adding the frames, the resin, the stands and painting the backs black. Adding the cardstock to the back of the photos made a huge difference to the outcome. The photos look much lighter and brighter in the end, but I have left the big family photo for another video, since Mama still hasn't made up her mind what type of frame she wants for such a special family memory. Let's take a look at how they all turned out. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new uploads, and leave a comment because I'd love to hear from you. It really helps my channel to grow. If you want to share your own crafty ideas and projects, join my Facebook page called Nessie Monster Crafts. And we have Fun Day Fridays where we can all show off our latest works in progress. If you can afford it, please consider buying me a coffee. Links for both my Facebook group and coffee account are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!